In the depths of Montana's Hell Creek Formation, beneath layers of sediment deposited over 66 million years, a discovery was about to rewrite the history of the last dinosaurs that walked the Earth. The scorching summer of 2023 marked a turning point in paleontological history when Dr. Amanda Richardson's team unearthed what would become known as the Morrison Mystery, a series of fossils that challenged everything scientists thought they knew about the extinction of the dinosaurs. The bones emerged from the ancient rock, like messages from a long-lost world, their story preserved in mineral-replaced tissue and geological context that spoke of a time when the world was a vastly different place. As the team carefully brushed away millions of years of sediment, they revealed not just another Tyrannosaurus rex specimen, but evidence of something far more extraordinary, proof that these apex predators had survived and evolved in ways previously thought impossible. The excavation site, stretching across 3,000 square meters of rugged badlands, yielded a treasure trove of fossils that told a story of survival, adaptation, and evolutionary innovation. The specimens showed signs of advanced features, skeletal modifications that shouldn't have existed in the late Cretaceous period. How could these adaptations have developed? What forces drove such rapid evolutionary changes in these massive predators? The answers lay hidden in the bones themselves, waiting to be deciphered by modern science. The first hint came from an unusual skull structure, 30% larger than any previously discovered Tyrannosaurus specimen. The cranial capacity suggested cognitive abilities far beyond what paleontologists had attributed to these ancient predators. Enhanced olfactory bulbs, reinforced jaw musculature attachment points, and evidence of highly developed sensory organs painted a picture of an apex predator that had somehow pushed the boundaries of evolution. But it was the dating of the fossils that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. These specimens were dated to just 65 million years ago, nearly 500,000 years after the supposed extinction event that wiped out the non-avian dinosaurs. Dr. Richardson's team employed cutting-edge technology to analyze every aspect of their discovery. Advanced CT scanning revealed internal structures preserved in exceptional detail. Isotope analysis of the surrounding sediments and fossilized plant material provided crucial environmental context. The story that emerged challenged the very foundations of what scientists thought they knew about dinosaur extinction and evolution. These weren't just any Tyrannosaurus specimens. They represented a previously unknown species that had adapted to survive in a changing world. As the sun set over the excavation site each evening, casting long shadows across the exposed bones, the team couldn't help but wonder, what other secrets lay hidden in these ancient rocks? How many more assumptions about dinosaur extinction would need to be reconsidered? The Morrison Mystery wasn't just another fossil find. It was a window into a lost world where life had found a way to persist against all odds, adapting and evolving in ways that would force scientists to reevaluate everything they thought they knew about the end of the dinosaur era. The implications of the Morrison Mystery extended far beyond a single remarkable fossil site. As laboratories across 3 continents began analyzing samples from the discovery, a comprehensive picture of a lost world emerged, one where the boundary between the Cretaceous and Paleogene periods wasn't marked by complete extinction, but by extraordinary adaptation and survival. The fossils revealed a complex ecosystem that had weathered the aftermath of the Chicxulub impact, surviving in a world transformed by global catastrophe. Advanced microscopic analysis of preserved bone tissue showed evidence of metabolic adaptations that would have allowed these creatures to survive in a world of reduced sunlight and limited prey availability. How had these animals managed to adapt so quickly to such extreme environmental changes? The answer lay in the details of their anatomy. The modified Tyrannosaurus specimens showed signs of enhanced temperature regulation capabilities, with evidence of specialized blood vessels that suggested an intermediate form of thermoregulation, more advanced than their Cretaceous ancestors, but not quite at the level of modern mammals. Bite force analysis, conducted using 3-dimensional computer models, indicated a jaw structure optimized for crushing bones and extracting maximum nutritional value from scarce prey. These adaptations painted a picture of creatures fighting for survival in a world where every calorie counted. Environmental reconstruction based on geological and botanical evidence from the site revealed a landscape in transition. The world these creatures inhabited was one of dramatic climate fluctuations, where temperatures could swing wildly from season to season. Analysis of fossilized plant material found alongside the dinosaur remains indicated a recovering ecosystem, with evidence of both primitive flowering plants and resilient ferns that had survived the extinction event. The presence of certain plant species, particularly those known for rapid growth and high nutritional content, suggested that the surviving dinosaurs had access to a food supply that, while limited, was sufficient to sustain a population of large predators. But perhaps the most startling evidence came from the cranial analysis. Advanced imaging techniques revealed brain case structures that indicated increased cognitive capabilities. The enhanced olfactory bulbs weren't just larger, they showed signs of increased complexity, with neural pathways that suggested improved processing of sensory information. What level of intelligence did these creatures possess? Could they have developed more sophisticated hunting strategies or social behaviors in response to their challenging environment? The evidence pointed to creatures that were not just surviving, but actively adapting and evolving in response to their changed world. Genetic analysis of preserved proteins, a groundbreaking achievement in itself, revealed mutations that would have enhanced oxygen utilization and improved cold tolerance. These adaptations suggested that the survivors had evolved mechanisms to cope with the reduced oxygen levels and lower temperatures that characterized the post-impact world. The speed of these adaptations raised intriguing questions about the plasticity of dinosaur genomes and their capacity for rapid evolutionary change under extreme environmental pressure. Were these creatures simply lucky survivors? Or did they represent a more fundamental truth about the resilience and adaptability of life itself? The Morrison mystery was rapidly becoming one of the most significant paleontological discoveries of the 21st century, not just for what it revealed about dinosaur survival, but for what it suggested about evolution and adaptation in the face of catastrophic environmental change. What other survivors might have made it through the extinction event? How many other transitional species remained undiscovered, their bones still locked in the rocks of ancient Earth? The implications extended far beyond paleontology, offering insights into how modern species might adapt to rapid environmental change and what mechanisms drive evolution under extreme conditions. The scientific community's response to the Morrison mystery was immediate and polarizing, sparking heated debates in academic circles worldwide. Traditional paleontologists, led by the renowned Dr. James Whitworth of Oxford University, vehemently challenged the dating methodology used on the specimens. They argued that contamination or geological displacement could explain the seemingly impossible timeline. The idea that large theropod dinosaurs had survived the Chicxulub impact event by hundreds of thousands of years seemed to many like scientific heresy. Yet the evidence continued to mount, and with each new analysis the extraordinary claims gained stronger support. Independent verification from 17 different laboratories across 4 continents confirmed the original dating results. The specimens were indeed from the early Paleocene epoch, approximately 65 million years ago. More fascinating still was the discovery of similar adaptations in other specimens previously dismissed as anomalies or incorrectly dated. A pattern was emerging, one that suggested the survival of multiple dinosaur lineages well into the period traditionally thought to be dominated solely by early mammals. This raised profound questions about competition between surviving dinosaurs and emerging mammalian species. How had these giants continued to dominate their ecosystems while early mammals were supposedly radiating into vacant ecological niches? The debate intensified when Dr. Sarah Chen from Beijing University published her groundbreaking analysis of predator-prey relationships in the early Paleocene. Her work demonstrated that the surviving Tyrannosaurus population had shifted their hunting strategies, showing evidence of more efficient energy utilization and selective predation. The fossils revealed healed injuries that indicated these animals could survive periods of reduced activity, suggesting they had developed mechanisms to cope with limited food resources. These findings challenged the long-held belief that large Predatory dinosaurs were too specialized and energy-intensive to survive the post-impact environmental collapse. Advanced isotope analysis of tooth enamel provided crucial insights into their diet and metabolism. The results showed that these survivors had become more opportunistic in their feeding habits, with evidence of both predation and scavenging. Their teeth showed wear patterns consistent with bone crushing and marrow extraction, indicating an ability to extract maximum nutritional value from their kills. This adaptive behavior would have been crucial for survival in a resource-limited environment. But it raised another intriguing question. Had these behavioral adaptations emerged rapidly in response to environmental pressure, or were they pre-existing traits that became more pronounced in surviving populations? The controversy reached new heights when Dr. Michael Torres presented evidence of potential social behavior among the surviving Tyrannosaurus population. His analysis of the bone bed suggested these animals had been living and potentially hunting in small groups, a behavior that would have increased their chances of survival in a challenging environment. This interpretation was hotly contested, with critics arguing that the bone accumulation could be explained by other taphonomic processes. The debate highlighted a crucial question in paleontology. How much can we really know about the behavior of extinct animals, and how do we distinguish between competing interpretations of fossil evidence? As the scientific community grappled with these questions, a new generation of researchers began applying cutting-edge analytical techniques to the Morrison mystery. Machine learning algorithms were used to analyze growth patterns in the bones, revealing subtle changes that suggested these animals had developed more efficient growth strategies, taking longer to reach full size, but requiring less energy during development. This adaptation would have been crucial for survival in a resource-limited environment, but it also challenged fundamental assumptions about dinosaur physiology and development. What other aspects of dinosaur biology might need to be reconsidered in light of these discoveries? The breakthrough came when three-dimensional modeling and artificial intelligence analysis revealed the true nature of these survivors' hunting capabilities. Using data from hundreds of muscle attachment points, bone density measurements, and comparative studies with modern predators, researchers constructed the most accurate representation yet of how these post-extinction Tyrannosaurus specimens moved and hunted. The results were astonishing. These creatures had developed more energy-efficient locomotion, with modified hip structures that allowed for both rapid pursuit and extended periods of slow stalking. Their hunting strategy appeared to combine the persistence hunting techniques seen in modern wolves with the ambush tactics of large cats, representing a level of behavioral sophistication previously unknown in dinosaurs. Microscopic analysis of preserved skin impressions revealed another revolutionary adaptation, evidence of specialized scales that might have helped regulate body temperature more efficiently. These modified scales showed patterns of vascularization that suggested improved heat retention and dissipation capabilities, crucial for surviving in a world with dramatic temperature fluctuations. The discovery of these adaptations sent ripples through the paleontological community. How had these creatures managed to evolve such sophisticated thermal regulation mechanisms in the relatively short time between the impact event and their existence? The answer appeared to lie in the selective pressures of their harsh environment, where only the most adaptable individuals survived to pass on their genes. The team's analysis of hunting territories based on trace element signatures in the bones and teeth indicated that these animals had developed complex spatial awareness and territory management strategies. They appeared to have established regular hunting grounds spanning hundreds of square kilometers, with evidence suggesting they could track and pursue prey over extended distances. This level of sophisticated behavior raised profound questions about dinosaur intelligence and social complexity. Were these adaptations purely instinctive, or did they represent a degree of cognitive development that paralleled that of modern, apex predators? Perhaps most remarkably, evidence emerged of interaction between these late surviving dinosaurs and early mammalian species. Fossil discoveries at the Morrison site included the remains of early mammals showing signs of predation by these evolved Tyrannosaurus specimens, but also indicators of successful escape and evasion. This suggested a complex predator-prey relationship that had driven the evolution of both groups. The mammals showed signs of increased running speed and agility, while the dinosaurs developed enhanced sensory capabilities and hunting strategies. It was an evolutionary arms race that contradicted the traditional narrative of sudden dinosaur extinction and mammalian ascendance. Detailed analysis of brain case endocasts revealed neural structures that suggested enhanced sensory processing and possibly even improved social cognition. The enlarged olfactory bulbs weren't just for tracking prey. They might have played a role in complex social behaviors and territory marking. Evidence of enlarged optic lobes suggested improved visual processing, possibly including better depth perception and motion detection. These neural adaptations painted a picture of creatures that were actively evolving more sophisticated ways of perceiving and interacting with their environment. What level of consciousness did these animals possess? Could they have developed forms of social cooperation or communication beyond what we typically attribute to dinosaurs? As researchers delved deeper into the Morrison mystery, they discovered evidence of seasonal behavior patterns, suggesting these animals had developed strategies for coping with changing environmental conditions throughout the year. Growth rings in their bones showed periods of slower growth during resource-scarce seasons, indicating an ability to reduce metabolic demands when necessary. This metabolic flexibility would have been crucial for survival in their post-extinction world, but it also suggested a level of physiological adaptation that many had thought impossible for such large predators. The Morrison mystery continues to reshape our understanding of dinosaur extinction and evolution, challenging long-held assumptions about the resilience and adaptability of ancient life. These remarkable survivors, existing 500,000 years after their kind was thought to have vanished, force us to reconsider fundamental questions about extinction events and their aftermath. Are mass extinctions truly as absolute as we once believed? What other examples of evolutionary persistence might still lie undiscovered in Earth's geological record? The implications extend far beyond paleontology, offering insights into how modern species might respond to rapid environmental change and the potential for life to adapt to extreme conditions. Contemporary research inspired by the Morrison discoveries has led to the development of new theoretical models for understanding evolutionary adaptation under extreme environmental pressure. These models suggest that catastrophic events might actually accelerate evolution in surviving populations, driving rapid adaptation and specialization. The evidence from the Morrison site indicates that these surviving Tyrannosaurus specimens underwent more evolutionary change in a few 100,000 years than their ancestors had experienced in millions of years of relative environmental stability. This observation raises profound questions about the relationship between environmental stress and evolutionary innovation. The social implications of these discoveries have sparked a revolution in how we visualize and understand dinosaur behavior. Evidence of complex social structures, advanced territorial behaviors, and sophisticated hunting strategies has transformed our image of these creatures from simple reactive predators to intelligent, adaptable beings capable of responding to unprecedented environmental challenges. The discovery of enhanced brain structures and potential social behaviors suggests levels of dinosaur intelligence that rival those of modern social predators. Could these advanced cognitive capabilities have emerged in response to environmental pressure, or were they latent abilities that became more crucial for survival in a changed world? Genetic analysis of preserved proteins has opened new avenues for understanding the mechanisms of rapid adaptation. The identification of specific genetic modifications that enhanced survival capabilities has provided insights into how modern species might adapt to climate change and other environmental pressures. These findings suggest that some species may have greater capacity for rapid adaptation than previously thought, though the environmental cost of such rapid evolution remains a subject of intense study. What are the limits of evolutionary adaptation, and how quickly can species respond to dramatic environmental changes? The impact of the Morrison mystery extends into our understanding of current biodiversity and extinction crises. If some dinosaur species could adapt and survive what was thought to be a complete extinction event, what does this tell us about the resilience of modern species facing environmental challenges? The discovery has prompted renewed interest in Lazarus taxa, species that reappear in the fossil record after being thought extinct, and raised questions about the potential for modern species to adapt to rapidly changing conditions. Could some modern species possess similar capabilities for rapid adaptation? What lessons can we learn from these ancient survivors about the potential for life to persist through seemingly insurmountable challenges? As research continues at the Morrison site and similar locations worldwide, new questions emerge faster than answers can be found. The discovery has fundamentally altered our understanding of evolution, extinction, and the capacity of life to adapt to extreme conditions. It serves as a reminder that our knowledge of Earth's history is far from complete, and that revolutionary discoveries can emerge from the most unexpected places. What other extraordinary examples of survival and adaptation might still lie hidden in the rocks beneath our feet? How many more assumptions about the history of life on Earth will need to be revised as new evidence comes to light? The Morrison mystery stands as a testament to the resilience of life and the endless capacity of scientific discovery to challenge our understanding of the natural world.